Hey everyone, welcome back. So let's understand about leveraging generative AI in software testing, some of the core principles, how you can use generative AI in software testing, and what are the areas wherein generative AI is used day in, day out in the QA landscape. So if we talk about the capabilities, generative AI has provided transformative capabilities in various test activities. It has been a game changer if we talk how much impact it has done on the ground. Now, with the word game changer, I won't say that it is going to go ahead and replace everything, as there is a lot of noise in the market that it is going to replace. There are jobs or the software testing jobs that are getting cut because of the AI. There is some truth to this, but then the jobs that are being cut are the jobs or are the people who haven't gone ahead and understood what the technology shift is and how they have to upskill to make sure that they are still relevant in the project and are adding real value. So with generative AI and AI in picture, now we have the agentic AI. There are a lot of advancement that has already happened. If you go ahead and understand how you use generative AI in software testing, you will be much more efficient. And people who haven't gone through and embraced generative AI or AI as such, they are still not efficient. And that was the main reason, and that's the key reason basically that is making companies to lay off those areas wherein there is a lot of people who are not efficient enough even after the use of AI. The other important thing is, now say for example previously with the manual process and everything, there was a need of only 6 people in the team. There was need of overall 6 people in the team. But with Gen AI, now the same level of efficiency can be achieved with less number of people. That's another reason of the job cuts in the market. But if you have embraced or if you have learned what Gen AI and AI can do, then you know that you won't be in that list of people who are getting laid off, because you know you are a proactive person who has gone ahead and understood and knows how to use and be more productive in the team. Apart from this, even though it feels like currently the market is really tight and in IT, Gen AI and AI are going to take everyone's job. But the truth will be, in just couple of months and coming years, there will be much more and many more jobs around generative AI, around AI, around these technologies in the development, in the QA space, and they'll be looking for, and the teams will be looking for people who actually know all of these concepts. Okay, so now let's continue how generative AI is providing the transformative capabilities in various test activities. Now, some of the capabilities of the large language model in software testing, how you can use is, it can process natural language and code. For example, I can I can provide the user stories, the documentation, the requirements, and Gen AI will be able to summarize, analyze it for me and provide me a summary, help me in analyzing anything, help me in analyzing the code, help me to generate the text or code, help me generate the test cases, test plan documentation. It can help in answering the questions, summarizing the info, analyzing images in multimodal context. For example, large language model can summarize a defect report or generate test scripts from the user stories. This example we have just now seen in the previous video. I have attached a screenshot of a web application of one of the screen, and it was able to identify the screenshot and suggest me the test cases. Now, if say for example you are the person who will go ahead, refer to the screenshot and then go ahead and write the test cases manually without taking help of AI, you are the first one to be laid off, right? And that is the reason, out of say for example 6, if 3 are going to get laid off, 3 will be those people who haven't embraced or who haven't learned AI till now. Eventually in future, you have to go that path in order to get your space and get your position in the IT industry, because AI is there to stay there. It has advanced and it is there to help you be more productive and get more coverage in software testing. Okay, now till now with manual approach, we were not able to do a lot of good coverage, but with AI we can straight away get the high level test cases which we can see, analyze, and keep whichever are relevant and discard whichever are not relevant. It's not necessary that AI will give you 100% good outcome all the time. There are a lot of hallucinations day in, day out that I see, and you will be seeing that as well. So going through, reviewing, and then keeping what is relevant is the art to use generative AI. Okay, now if we go ahead with the LLMs, how LLMs are helpful in testing tasks. LLMs can interpret your requirements, your user stories, your specifications, your screenshots, your code, existing code, the test automation code, the test cases, defect report, etc. It can produce the defect summary based on the data, test data. It can produce test cases based on the screenshots, based on the wireframes, based on your requirement, based on user stories. So LLM is now your assistant as such, which can help you to do a lot of repetitive tasks much quickly. It can help testers to understand, clarify, and generate the test where, for example, we can create test plan, test cases very quickly. We have already seen that in practical. LLMs provide support across the entire test process. So it's not just about the generation of the test cases, but across, right from the analysis, you can go ahead and use generative AI, large language models, to do the analysis, generate the test cases, generate the automation test scripts, generate your automation framework, take help of AI in the CI/CD pipelines, in the reports, in report analysis, defect analysis, everywhere in software testing lifecycle you can use generative AI. LLMs, for example, LLM can analyze the architecture document and summarize it for you. Now remember, if we had say 50 pages large architectural document, till now without AI we had been reading all of that document line by line, understanding that. But with AI, we can go ahead and get a quick summary and then also ask the queries which will be responded in the context of that document itself. So it becomes much easier to go ahead and get and grasp what architecture is there for your application rather than reading each line by line or each topic in the architecture document line by line. Then LLM reads a defect report and explains it in plain language. It can summarize your logs, and if there are errors in logs, it can help you to fix those logs. So lots of use cases and lots of practical use cases. I'll be coming up with those practical videos as well separately once I finish this course. Okay, so this is how LLM is helpful in testing tasks. Then the key LLM capabilities, some more capabilities for the testing task. You can get it in the test automation support, which can generate or improve the test scripts. It can convert your test case description into, say for example, Selenium, Playwright, Cypress scripts. So I can provide a simple user story with a wireframe and ask, go ahead, refer to this wireframe and generate a Playwright test case. So LLM can go ahead and do that. And this is what I have been teaching in my Agentic AI course. Let me open VS Code. So this is what I have been teaching here, right? So you'll see that AI agents. For example, I can simply attach a screenshot here. Okay, so I can attach the same screenshot which I attached in the previous video for the login feature, and I can say refer to that attached screenshot here and generate the Playwright test case for that screenshot, or create manual test case first and then refer to those manual test cases and create a Playwright script. So this script that you see here is generated by the AI. Okay, the model that I selected here, the large language model, I simply typed in the text here. Okay, you see the prompts that I am typing in here. If I simply go ahead and scroll further, let me go back here. Let's say this one. So this is the prompt I have provided here. So look up for Jira ticket this with this ID, document manual test cases in Gherkin syntax for this user story and save it in the CSV file in local folder. So this prompt was basically created as part of sub-agent and multi-agent, basically a multi-agent setup that I was explaining as part of my Agentic AI course. But then if you see overall with this prompt, it has been able to create the Playwright test case, which is this test case that you see in the left hand side, with the file name, specific file name that I specified, and with following the framework standard that is already available in here. Okay, so this is basically how generative AI, and if we see here models, if you simply hover over, you will see some of these models are for specific reasoning and coding capabilities. For example, Gemini 2.5 Pro with a strong reasoning and coding capability. So these models are strongly for the coding tasks. Claude Sonnet, Claude Haiku, Gemini Pro. Okay, so using these, I have been able to generate the code as well, the Playwright automation code or Selenium code using just plain English commands in the prompt here. This is similar to what this area is same as we see here in the ChatGPT, right? We can ask anything, and or in the Copilot we can ask anything, and we are selecting different models, right? So this is similar to what we see here in the VS Code. Here we can select different models, and in the text box we can type in our our prompt. Okay, now let's continue. Next thing is test result analysis. So LLM can help to summarize result, classify anomalies by severity. It can categorize the defect based on severity and priority. So whatever we used to do manually till now, using the Excel sheet, using different test management tool to analyze, summarize, you can take help of AI and do it in minutes. That's the power of learning AI now. If you don't learn, you will be lagging behind. Testware creation, drafting test plan, reports, defect log. For example, LLM auto-generates a defect report after test execution. If test case has failed, you can set up agent to see what has been the failure and automatically raise the defect in Jira. It will go ahead, raise the defect and push the defect in Jira automatically. And that's what mostly I have been teaching in my recent agentic AI course, wherein we have the Jira, we have GitHub MCP server, we have Playwright MCP server, many MCP servers, and set up sub agents so that they can communicate and talk to each other, and automatically all of these things, all of the tasks are happening. Then LLMs enhance efficiency, coverage and clarity across the testing lifecycle. So these are very few capabilities that I have discussed. There is a lot more, and this is the starting point. So if I talk about the generative AI, why I'm coming with this course after so long, because now I want to build your skills around the AI and generative AI, and also give you proper scenario or explain you proper scenario or the current market scenario on how you can go ahead and build these skills and be relevant in the coming AI market or AI QA landscape. So make sure you go ahead with this initial course first before you jump into any of the agentic AI and all the advanced concepts that I have just mentioned here. I've mentioned those just to give you a brief overview, and the intent is not to confuse you and move to those advanced concepts straight away. This is the first and foremost thing, the basic thing that you should be going ahead. And ISTQB Generative AI is a great certification that you should be always targeting to learn first and then attempt the exam. Focus on learning. Even if you don't attempt exam, that is fine. You should know the concepts. That is very much required in a practical aspect. Okay, thank you. I'll see you in the next one.